An old woman places a helmet on the head of a Buddha statue, but the next moment, a rock falls. Buddha's index finger breaks off. As soon as Buddha's finger breaks off, a city collapses, as if the whole city were an extension of that finger. It is said, if Buddha cuts off his finger, the whole city will be destroyed. Yet people want to live here. They build a skyscraper of 500 meters high, so high that the whole city is visible, as if a giant finger is raised to the sky. Standing in the center of the city, people call it One Finger City. As the buildings get higher, stones keep falling from the sky. For safety reasons, people living below can only wear helmets every day. Every morning, what is the first thing the old woman does? Just sweeping the fallen stones in the courtyard with a broom. After clearing the stones, she worships the Buddha in the corner. Then, after a hard day's work, she sits down in her chair and takes a nap. Her life passes at a slow pace, but there is no pause in the construction of Yijicheng. Then another stone falls, hits the iron shed over the Buddha statue. The old woman wakes up when she hears the sound. She looks at the gravel spread across the courtyard, picks up the broom, and starts sweeping again. But the speed of her sweeping is far behind the speed of the falling stones. Slowly, darkness begins to set in. The people who have worked all day begin to return to their homes one by one. At midnight, the old woman gets up to check. She sees that the courtyard is again filled with gravel and rubbish. This time she freezes. Instead of picking up the broom, she took the offerings and started worshipping the Buddha. She did not care about it anymore. As the gravel fell, the pile grew taller and taller. The nearby residents also left the place one by one. The old woman looked at her husband's picture, sat quietly for a while, and finally decided to leave. After packing up, her eyes fell on the Buddha statue. She was worried about the damage to the statue. After thinking for a while, she took off her helmet and placed it on the Buddha statue's head. As she turned to leave, a strong wind suddenly blew, which blew away the Buddha statue's iron shed. The old woman froze. She looked at the statue and became worried. Then, as if making a decision, she decided to take the Buddha statue with her. She picked up a shovel and started digging. After 2.5 hours of digging, she saw the bottom of the Buddha statue resting on a seat like a curtain. When the old woman saw this, she couldn't think of anything else. She started digging like crazy. Another 2.5 hours passed. She was now so tired that her back began to hurt. When the old woman climbed up to take a look, what she saw took her breath away. Underneath the Buddha statue, in fact, was hiding the great Buddha of Lashan. At this sight, the old woman realized that she couldn't take this Buddha statue with her. She knelt down and prayed to the Buddha, then with a heavy heart got on the Hualala truck to set off for Yuji City. But she had just left here a little while ago when the Buddha statue in the courtyard, with its helmet on its head, suddenly lost its index finger due to a huge rock falling on it. The skyscraper in the middle of the city, which itself looked like a finger, also began to crack. Slowly, the building creaked and then collapsed completely. Over there, Grandma's truck stopped at the edge of a huge broken rock. Inside the truck, the old woman was sitting peacefully. She was fast asleep.